Hi, I'm Jenna Lynn Roberts with Present Path Tarot, and today I want to share with you a technique to manage your fears, worries, and anxieties about the future. So, the first step is to catch yourself doing it and praise yourself for catching yourself. Like, oh my God, I'm having a fear. You're having some sort of murky feeling in you, crunky. Hold yourself, catch yourself, and be like, oh, I'm not buying into this right now. Don't beat yourself up for having worries and fears. That's negating the fact that you just caught yourself in the moment. So pause whatever fear, worry, anxiety you're having, feel your body, and notice how you feel. And take a breath into that and let it relax, reminding yourself currently in this moment you are safe. Then imagine a freeze frame of just one moment of that worry. And think of how dark you took it. It might not be that dark, but notice where the barometer is. And then wherever it landed, you need to take it to the opposite side of that by envisioning and imagining what would the opposite of this be if I were to create my own future? What would be the ideal outcome of that thing happening or the opposite of that thing happening? And take a moment just to envision and imagine the best possible future as an antithesis to the worst. Doing so will often remind you of how the imagination has created this and that you have to now put effort into creating the opposite. So that's the first step. And then the other thing that's really helpful to do is you hold that fear, and I like to imagine it being put into a little invisible ball in front of me. Like I'm taking that fear out of me, and I'm that image, that moment that I've created, and I'm imagining it being shot up into the stratosphere and going through the ozone layer and out into space and letting it dissolve on that ride or just be lost in space. So that's a way for you to just completely release it from your potential manifestation. And I think a lot of times we might think, well, I'm creating my life, and you are in this moment. And of course, your future thoughts, they can create the future, but they probably won't. So if you grab hold of them and recognize them, you have even more power over them to say, no, I'm not accepting this fear. This is acceptable of me to have because I'm trying to prepare myself of if that happens, what would I do? How would I respond? And that's why we have fears and worries and anxieties, is it's our body and our mind trying to be ahead of the game, trying to know, well, how would I manage that if that happened? And so that's a good, storytelling technique to do with yourself in a healthy manner. And you can make that a healthy manner by recognizing it for what it is and giving yourself the time to just breathe into the emotional discomfort of it. So be present with yourself, love yourself, forgive yourself, and adjust. And know that you're not alone in this. I don't know anybody who's not worried and anxious about what's to come and creating stories in their mind of their fears. You're normal. It's okay. We're all doing it. Even people who are spiritually evolved are probably working through these things regularly. I highly recommend listening to people like Pema Chodron. She's amazing, who talks about these kind of subjects, Krishnamurti, and other spiritual leaders who can help you. And I hope you'll also subscribe to my page and join me on Facebook at Present Path or Instagram, and go to my website, Present Path Tarot, to learn more about me. And if you are really worried about the future, please come and get a reading with me. I read from a place of compassion and joy and clarity, and with guidance for how you can best navigate your future. So thank you very much and have a lovely day.